If you take a closer look at the size of the agent compared to the Plunger Man statue, it becomes pretty clear that the statue is about 10 times bigger than a regular agent, which means it was created from scratch. They didn't use the original body as a base. That's just one small detail I happened to notice. Right now, there are 4 brand new spoilers out, and honestly, they're a goldmine for theory breakdowns. The thing is, they dropped right as I was wrapping up the edit for this video, so I'll dive into them in more detail in the next video. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. Hi guys, Iron Cameraman here. You already know I've said this before, there will be more Semi-Titans in the series than just Executor. I'm convinced that each race is preparing its own Semi-Titan right now, and that's exactly what we tried to show in our thumbnail. But have you ever thought about what else could show up in the series that's so epic? You're literally dreaming to see it? I know it sounds dramatic, but trust me, today you'll actually see something you've probably just been imagining. My team and I put in serious work for this episode, and you'll soon understand what I mean. Now, if you're standing right now, I suggest you sit down, because what I'm about to tell you might actually shock you. Mr. Boom revealed that there's a cameraman named Robert. He's the one physically holding up the Duchess's backside so she doesn't sit directly on the base. But here's the crazy part. Boom also revealed how much one of her cheeks weighs, and of course I couldn't resist. I had to calculate the full weight of the Duchess based on that. Here's what we've got. 2 cheeks weigh 1,000 tons, and since that part of the body makes up about 1/5 of her total mass, the Duchess's full body weighs approximately 5,000 tons. To put that into perspective, an elephant weighs around 5 to 6 tons. So yeah, the Duchess weighs the same as 1,000 elephants. I even did the math. Robert's bicep circumference would need to be at least 50 meters to handle that weight. Honestly, I'm jealous. Let's show some support for the guy. Drop a like, he's having a rough time. 1 like equals 1 ton less to hold? Maybe not, but hey, it can't hurt. Either way, I think Robert might be heading down the same path as Titan TV Man. Not much hope against that mommy. Also, more details have come out about the upcoming Skibidi toilet movie. Turns out that Rob Legato has been brought on as the VFX supervisor. And just so you get the scale, he's the guy who did visual effects for Avatar, Titanic, and The Lion King. And judging by that second teaser, the one with the sounds of giant footsteps, real people, and that text saying, "They are coming," it's clear. I was right. The movie is going to be a prequel to the series. We'll finally get to see how Earth ended up enslaved by toilets. And judging by the mood of both teasers, this isn't going to be some comedy. It's looking dark, almost ominous. But with that signature Michael Bay humor sprinkled in, of course. I really hope Michael Bay keeps the vibe of the original series and isn't afraid to include intense atmospheric scenes. One more thing. From the looks of it, this will be a live-action movie, meaning with real actors. Aside from the teasers, there's another clue. Mr. Boom's answer to the question of who will play G-Man. He just posted a photo of Willem Defoe. That caught my attention, so I asked Boom directly, was that a joke or is it real? And believe me, his answer is going to surprise you. We'll get to that part soon. And while we're at it, since the movie is going for a more realistic style, I decided to use AI to generate how some of our familiar characters might look in a live-action adaptation. You've probably already seen some of them in my shorts, but I haven't shown you the Duchess yet. And this is how she could look in the movie. And honestly, don't you think she kind of resembles actress Lauren Cohan? Now, while I was working on this script, another piece of news dropped, and it's honestly hard to tell if it's a joke or some bitter truth. Michael Bay posted a video where he personally said he's not making Skibidi. He started with the line, "My mom and dad always told me, don't believe everything you read on the internet." Then he listed a bunch of movies he's working on, and at the end, dropped that line.
It says Skibidi. So let's just stop the lore right now, okay?
Oh, and those 2 teaser videos from his Instagram? They've been deleted. Feels weird, and I don't know why, but I get the sense this isn't the full truth. Like the secret agent once said, some things have to stay secret.
That's why certain things have to remain secret.
Right now, I wouldn't jump to any conclusions. I think we need a few more confirmations, maybe from Mr. Boom himself, or Invis, or other sources, before we really know what's going on. It might be that Michael Bay won't be directly involved with the project, or maybe it's not even a movie after all. Maybe it'll be a series on some streaming platform. Either way, Boom did say in the past, "If you saw what I saw," and added, "Michael Bay is in." So at the very least, Bay was involved, or still is, in something. Without knowing what's happening behind these public posts, it's really hard to say what the situation actually is. So let me know your take on it in the comments. By the way, when that video started spreading online, a lot of people thought it was already part of the film's promo campaign. But actually, no. What really happened is this. At the 2025 Global Merchandising Services Expo, there was a booth dedicated to skibidi toilet. These kinds of events are created for people in the toy, merch, poster, and media licensing business. So it's more about industry partners than official promotion for the movie. Now let's get to the most exciting part, a brand new segment on the channel. Let me give you a little backstory so you get how this came about. On April 24th, I took a screenshot of a theory sent by a viewer named Dean. At the time, it seemed super logical. I meant to include it in one of my videos but totally forgot. And now, just recently, leaks from episode 79 show the Astro Duchess actually sitting at the Cameraman base. The theory was spot on. That's a great example for anyone who thinks coming up with theories is a waste of time. In my opinion, it's the opposite. It's awesome how you can use logic to predict what happens next in this series. But today we're doing something a little different. Today we're gonna forget logic entirely and just imagine scenes that could be incredibly cinematic, emotional, and visually stunning. I wasn't kidding when I said we brought your imagination to life. We went through hundreds of your comments and picked out the best ideas to visualize. And to make it all feel real, I hired several animators to create posters based on those ideas. You've already seen one of them, the poster with Titan Cameraman underwater. That idea got a lot of love, and one subscriber noticed something interesting. Episode 74, where the Titan made his last appearance, also started with an underwater shot. So, if he were to return from underwater, it wouldn't just be epic, it would be symbolic too. So, now that you get what this new segment is about, let's kick off with the first comment. Alan suggested a cool scene. What if the executors tried to infect the Goofy core? But it turns out he just doesn't have one, so the infection fails. We brought that idea to life, and in the background, we added Hybrid laughing at the situation. It came out both funny and atmospheric. Next up, one subscriber suggested showing upgraded versions of Dark Speakerman and Plungerman. Basically, the ones we saw in episode 70 were just clones, and the real ones are currently undergoing upgrades. Our animator got inspired by that concept and drew them as they might look after the power-up. It looks really awesome. Sure, we probably won't see anything like that in the actual series. Come on. That would have been such a badass scene. Now here's another concept that might sound a little weird at first. TV Man head on the Duchess's body. But it's actually a visual take on one of my past theories. I talked about how TV men still don't have a Titan of their own, and this could be a possible workaround. They wouldn't even need to build a full Titan from scratch, just one head to take over the body of, say, one of the Astros. Even if not the Duchess herself, maybe she's too powerful. Someone lower level would totally work. And now for today's most interesting one. A subscriber suggested that Simp Cameraman should become the semi-Titan representative for his race. Our animator hasn't finished the poster yet, still in progress. But I liked the idea so much I had to talk about it already. It actually fits his storyline really well. You know how in real life there are people who get ignored by their crush, and they suddenly hit the gym and start bulking up to improve themselves? It'd be amazing if Simp Cameraman went full beast mode and turned into a Gym Sigma boy. Just imagine TV Woman's face when she sees who she rejected. Anyway, guys, this isn't the end. There's going to be a part 2 to this segment. So if you've got an idea, drop it in the comments. We'll showcase the most epic and atmospheric ones, and who knows, maybe your comment will get turned into a full-blown poster. Now, as promised, the exclusive. I straight up asked Mr. Boom about Willem Defoe. And Boom said he'll do everything he can to make it happen. To back it up, he even sent me a clip of Defoe as the Green Goblin yelling, "Spider-Man!" One thing to note, Michael Bay has never worked with Willem Defoe before, but Defoe's the kind of actor who can jump between art house and huge blockbusters like it's nothing. So the idea of playing a character whose body is literally made of a toilet probably wouldn't scare him off. And come on, G-Man has wild expressions, emotions, a split personality. And Defoe? Same deal. He can play a villain, an anti-hero, and still be super charismatic. So let's cross our fingers. There's a pretty good chance we might actually see him in the movie. See you soon.